Well, it's Thursday, December the 15th, another night of action in the NBA. Only won one of our three bets on Tuesday, so a losing night. Fortunately, that's been rare enough here to start this season. We have been doing quite well in the early going here in this NBA season, and we look to return to our winning ways with three games tonight. Let's get right to them, starting in New Orleans, where the Indiana Pacers come to town to face the Pelicans. New Orleans, a 2.5-point favorite at BetSafe, 210 the total in this game. Now, at first glance, you might think this line seems a little bit odd. The Pelicans favored here. After all, Indiana has been better than New Orleans this season. And lately, New Orleans has lost 6 of their last 7 games. But you know what? You look a little bit closer, I think this is a tough spot for the Indiana Pacers. First off, this is the second night of a back-to-back for them. Just played last night, lost to the Miami Heat. And they'll be without starting two-guard Monte Ellis as he rests a groin injury. And you look at this Pelicans team, yes, they've lost 6 of 7, but you look a little closer, they're starting to turn things around. Their last game, they lost the Golden State Warriors by just 4 points, so they actually played one of their better games of the season. Prior to that, they pulled out a win over the Phoenix Suns. They're starting to get it together on the offensive end. The Pelicans have scored 105 or more in 4 of their last 5 games. Anthony Davis finally getting some help. Davis has been a one-man wrecking crew this year for the Pelicans. He ranks second in the NBA in scoring, 30.5 points per game, also averaging 11.2 rebounds and 2.8 blocks. But as we said, lately he's gotten a little bit of help. Drew Holiday has returned to the lineup after missing the first part of the season. That has been big for the Pelicans. And just these last few games, Langston Galloway has really come on. He's hit 19 three-pointers in the team's last 5 games. He has the green light to fire away now. And as we said, the Pelicans have been playing much better on the offensive end. And it just so happens the Indiana Pacers have hit a slump defensively. Now, this could just be one of those mid-season lulls for the Pacers, but they have surrendered 110 points per game over their last 8 contests. So again, Pacers playing second night of a back-to-back here. No Monte Ellis. They've been struggling on the defensive end. The Pelicans starting to get it together quietly. They've been playing a little bit better than their record would indicate. I think the Pelicans pick up a home win tonight and cover the 2.5-point number. Moving on now to Denver, where the Nuggets host the Portland Trail Blazers. Denver, a 1.5-point favorite at BetSafe. 221 the total in this game. These teams have both had problems lately. Portland had lost 4 games in a row before beating Oklahoma City on Tuesday night. Denver, meanwhile, they have lost 8 of 11 to fall to 9-16 on the year. The problems for this Denver Nuggets team, they run pretty deep. The Nuggets are struggling on both sides of the floor. They're just not good defensively. They're 26th in the league in points allowed. They surrender 108.8 points per game. And they're very inconsistent on offense. Some nights they get contributions from nearly everybody and they play well offensively, but they really don't have a go-to scorer. Wilson Chandler leads them just over 17 points per game, followed by Danilo Gallinari. So no real go-to guy on the offensive end. And so sometimes, like in their last game against the Dallas Mavericks when they produced just 92 points, lost by 20 to the lowly Mavericks, they gave up 65 in the first half, one of their worst performances of the season. Sometimes you just see them fall asleep offensively. 2 games prior to only scoring 92 against Dallas, they produced just 85 points against the Washington Wizards, another defensively challenged team. So just can't rely on this Nuggets offense on a night-in, night-out basis, and you can generally always rely on them to play poor defense. Again, 26th in the NBA in points allowed. Now, the Blazers, we mentioned they've been struggling a little bit, but one thing you can rely on from them is consistent offense. That's because they are led by their backcourt tandem, Damian Lillard, C.J. McCollum. Those guys combined for a hair under 50 points a night, 49.7 points per night. I think they're going to be too much for the Denver Nuggets. I like Portland as a 1.5-point road dog here. Moving on now, final game I like on this Thursday, December the 15th. What about the Golden State Warriors? At home facing the New York Knicks. Golden State, a 14-point favorite at BetSafe. 224 the total here. Yes, 14, a big number. But this Warriors team over the past couple of years, even this year, has covered lots of big numbers. The Knicks had been playing well before losing to Phoenix on Tuesday night. But we know this New York team not good on the defensive end. They've allowed 100 points or more in 11 of their past 12 games. 25th in points allowed. We were just talking about Denver, who's 26th. The Knicks just barely better. 26th in the NBA at points allowed, surrendering 107.3 per game. Golden State leads the league in scoring, nearly 118 per game. They lead the league by a wide margin. Houston second. They score 6 points per game less than Golden State. So we know this Warriors team, the best offensive team in the NBA. Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson. Pick your poison with these guys. And again, the Knicks can't defend really anybody. So they're just going to be trying to keep up with the Warriors here on the offensive end. And unfortunately for them, Carmelo Anthony has really been struggling lately. Just 16 of 53 from the floor in his last 3 games, 3 of 16 from three-point land. And Derrick Rose was forced to sit out the second half of the team's last game to Phoenix. That was a loss, as we mentioned. He's dealing with a back injury, questionable for tonight's game, so might not be able to play. So the Knicks may be down Derrick Rose. Carmelo Anthony has been struggling. They don't play good defense anyway. Going on the road to face the Golden State Warriors, we know how this is likely to turn out. Probably going to get ugly. I think Golden State going to win this one going away. I like them to cover the 14-point number. There you have it. Those are my thoughts for this Thursday, December the 15th. I like the New Orleans Pelicans, -2.5 at home against the Indiana Pacers. I like the Portland Trail Blazers as a slight underdog in Denver. And I like the Golden State Warriors to cover 14 at home against the New York Knicks. Folks, I wish you best of luck no matter what you decide to do tonight, just so long as your interests don't conflict with my interests. Enjoy the games.